class from Black Desert Online has fully been released, and I'm here to review it and talk shit about it because Hashashin isn't a unique class. It's mostly just a ninja rehash.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Just kidding. But yeah, it's time to talk about Black Desert's new class, Hashashin. Since his announcement, I haven't really talked about it, since I wanted to talk about it when he was let out to the public servers. But finally, he's here. So let's get into the review of Hashashin of the Sand Village. But let me introduce you to Black Desert. Black Desert is an MMORPG where you play as a class of your choice. There are 20 classes at the time of this writing, the classes being Warrior, Ranger, Sorcerer, Berserker, Valkyrie, Wizard, Witch, Tamer, Meiwa, Musa, Ninja, Kunaichi, Dark Knight, Striker, Mystic, Lawn, Archer, Shy, and Guardian. In the new class, Hashashin. Okay, we're done with the explanations. Let's move on to the new class, Hashashin.
Stop rocking till he clocked on a gazillion grand. Till in the wasteland sands. Raps on backs and treasure maps. Stacks to the ceiling fan.
Hashashin is an ally warrior who can manipulate sandstorms with the power of a native Linsian god. He engages in melee combat with the Samshirer as his main weapon. Also uses a handle for his secondary weapon. Also wields sandstorms to quickly escape from danger or suppress his enemies. Sand is in this guy's main kit of abilities, so he's basically just a sandstorming crusader. Honestly, it's an interesting character backstory, if you want to call it that. He looks amazing. Honestly, he's really good compared to some other classes in the game. And his movement feels really nice. It's moving fast and loose, unlike Guardian. Hashashin's movement and playstyle I like a lot. Also, you guys know I love ninja. He was my first class I played in my highest level class in the game. And any class with high movement and fast moving playstyle, I love playing them. So, Hashashin is a good character for anyone who doesn't like Guardian or Berserker, and with their slow moving playstyle. I also suggest Hashashin if you want to play a new character who has a fast moving playstyle.
Stop rocking till he clocked on a gazillion grand. Till in the wasteland sands. Raps on backs and treasure maps. Stacks to the ceiling fan.
Let's look at this in a PvE perspective. In PvE, his pack clearing is a medium, but not as good as other classes like Guardian or Musa, but it's not as bad as Ninja. In his pre-awakening state, him killing them fast is due to people's AP or attack points for the uninitiated, but his overwhelming skills and surprisingly some AoE skills, unlike his Ninja comparison, which honestly I actually like a lot. In PvE, I would give him a high 4, but I wouldn't say he's on the same level as clearing as Guardian and Musa when it comes to PvE, but he's almost there. I think if he gets a couple more buffs or updates, he'll be there. And we all know how Pearl Abyss is when a new character comes out. Buff them, then nerf them. PvE is one of Hashashin's high points in his character kit. But what about PvP? The main staple of BDO, or Black Desert Online for the uninitiated. Let's explain this to the uninitiated. For the uninitiated, Black Desert Online isn't like other MMOs, which have dungeons and focus heavily on PvE. It's mainly focusing on PvP. Getting more powerful through PvP is way more promising in Black Desert Online. So when it comes to PvP potential, it is very important for a class that comes to BDO to have good PvP potential. And if that class has bad PvP potential, then they're not going to be played a lot. Sorry to all the shy players, but it's true. So let's look at this in a PvP potential overall for Hashashin.
Stop rocking till he clocked on a gazillion grand. Till in the wasteland sands. Raps on backs and treasure maps. Stacks to the ceiling fan.
When it comes to PvP, he does win against the obvious classes like Witch, Wizard, and Shy. It seems he actually has some long-range abilities that could counter some classes like Archer or Ranger. But when it comes to melee damage in combat, he He plays very similar to Ninja in mostly every way, using his super armor a lot. If you're going to play, I would suggest you play very aggressively, not using his range attacks very heavily, even though you can, but I wouldn't suggest it. His main counters would be classes that could close a distance very easily, or people who can out damage them, like Guardian or Musa, and basically anyone who can counter Ninja or Ninja himself.
Stop rocking till he clocked in a gazillion grand. Tilling the wasteland sands. Raps on backs and treasure maps stacked to the ceiling fan.
Let's get to the most recent news and the thing that's been released currently, his Awakening. Awakening will be short. His Awakening is basically like a small buff. It lets him use more AoE abilities and increases his movement speed a lot, and grouping and group clearing. I would definitely say that Hashashin's Awakening and PvE is way better than his Accession and Pre-Awakening. But for PvP, his Accession and Pre-Awakening is way better in his Pre-Awakening state than his Awakening, losing a lot of the range he had, weakening him by a lot in my book. But overall, his Awakening isn't bad, getting a lot more speed and AoE abilities, making his group clearing very fast. When it comes to PvP, you better stick to his Accession. Well, that's all the time we have for the video. If you enjoyed the video, then drop a like. If you have any other opinions on Hashashin, then comment them down below. Also, if you disagree or agree on any things I said, then drop that down in the comments below too. And if you want to see more of my content, then click the red subscribe button. And that's all I gotta say, guys. Support the channel, do all the great stuff. Deuces.